Well, we've got 18 that qualified through. So if we could get relay through out of the two, if we could get 3 or 4, 5 individual guys through, that'd be a pretty good weekend. You're always hoping that you get 18 guys through, but realistically you know that we probably aren't. But we go in with some guys seeded pretty well into the weekend.
You got some good athletes who that are going to advance. Talk a little bit about those guys like Michael and Chris that are expected to be out in Eugene.
Sure.
That's their expectation.
I think that Michael Hartfield is the easy one in both the long and the triple. He's going in seated in the top 5 in our region. Billy Stanley in the javelin is going in probably in the top 5 or 6 in the javelin. And if he can get any throw like he did at the Big Ten this weekend, he'll probably advance through. Chris Fallon in the 15 is looking really strong. Has a really good chance. He was an indoor qualifier and ran the championship meet. Tim Faust in the 200 should have a pretty good chance of being able to advance through. Both of our relays are in the top 12 going into the weekend, so if we can sustain either one or both of those relays, that would be really great. We have 2 hurdlers in the short hurdles. We have 3 hurdlers in the long hurdles. If we get 1 or 2 of those guys through, they go in a little bit at the back end of the qualifying mark.
Since I just talked to Chris and his story, here's a guy with broken bones in his leg.
Sure.
and didn't do anything, and then comes out as a 5th-year senior, runs a sub-4, and is ranked second, or qualifying second in the region. Talk a little bit about his perseverance and not giving up, and how strong of a person is that to do that?
So Chris is the epitome of a guy that comes in as a freshman and not highly recruited, who's just really worked hard and been really committed to the program, really committed to his training, has a great family that's supporting him, a great team that's backing him, and it's paying off for him. He has a new coach, Coach Allen, that's worked with him this year. He hasn't missed a beat, and is having the best year that he's had out of all of his years here, which is what you as a new coach, new head coach, that's exactly what you want. You want your seniors to be able to finish out their career, be really successful, have a good experience walking out the door, and Chris is absolutely doing that.
But for that broken bone in his leg, and to come back after not running and having that time off, and to be where he's at now, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Chris, our training staff took the time that they needed to get him back on track, and he didn't rush back. But Chris is a guy that you knew with the injury that he was going to come back. He was running really well during cross country season right up to when it happened. So you kind of thought, and the way he finished out last year, that there wasn't going to be anything that was going to get in his way. Yeah.
Kind of had a pretty good year this year, haven't you?
Yeah, coming into the indoor season, I'd actually broken my knee in cross country. It was kind of a fluke of an injury, but wasn't running all the way up until December. So I had about 3 months to kind of prep, and ended up breaking 4 indoors. It was a 4-second PR for me, the mile. Made the national meet, made the final, ended up finishing 6th, first team All-American. It's pretty cool. Wanted to carry it outdoors. Went to Stanford about a month ago, ran 3:41, won, still 11th in the country, got my USA A standard, qualified for USA's. So sitting number 2 in the region right now, and looking to do something this weekend.
So there's so many things going on right now in my head. The injury you had in December?
Yeah, it was actually in October. It was in
October.
cross country out in Wisconsin. I got pushed from behind in a cross country race. A lot of people actually hyperextended my knee, fractured my tibia, and strained my MCL. It was a pretty crazy injury. My knee was swollen, couldn't run for about 5-6 weeks. Started easing back into it. As a 5th-year senior, you have no time to take it easy. I just wanted to come back hard. So.
See, and that was the other thing I was going to ask you. Your 5th year, there's no other collegiate events for you after this year. So what was that mindset when you had that injury and said, this is my last year?
Yeah, I came back as a 5th year to break 4, and doing that in the fall, I wanted to run cross country, help the team, but at the same time, it really wasn't what I came back for. And to get hurt doing that was pretty devastating. But I think it made me more hungry to come back hard. I've been injured a lot here, a lot of stress fractures and stuff in my time, and I think you learn from that. I was able to come back pretty strong, just knowing what it takes to come back. So, yeah.
So you ran the sub-4 before the injury?
After. So that was in February, down in Fayetteville. Flew down there, just me and our distance coach Bryce. structure to be a sub-4 race. And you need to break 4 to make the national meet. And went down there and got in the race and clicked well and ended up running 3:59.3.
So kind of sum all that up. I mean, where did this come from? I mean, you're not running. You got for lack of a better term, you got a broken leg, a broken foot. But where did all that come from to get that effort to push yourself?
Yeah, I think we changed coaches this year. Bryce, a new guy that came in, worked on a lot of strength-based stuff. So I'd always done more speed-based coming into the mile, and really helped me get strong fast. I only had 5 weeks to prep to pick 4, and a lot of people that's pretty much impossible. But I think the work we did, you're already pretty quick if you're going to run the mile. Just get strong enough to handle getting 3/4 right through the race and closing. I think it's hungry too. I mean, you come back in the 5th year, like you said, it's only your last chance to do it. There's no what ifs, I'll do it later. I got 5 weeks to try to do what I want to do, and I wanted to do it really bad. So just came together for me. Yeah.
Talk about regionals. You're going down there. Second?
I'm ranked second in the region. Yeah. So it really doesn't mean too much. So it's 48 guys in the region in the East and 48 in the West. I'm second out of those 48, but you really have to be top 12. So it's really just like there's no winner in the region. Just got to go on there, be top 5 in my 2 heats, make it to Eugene. So it's more like a qualifying-ish based thing. You still have to go down there and execute really well. Not to say there's 25 guys in the region, pretty solid milers. So got to go on there and run hard, but it's still working for Eugene in 2 weeks down here. So.